Hi guys, my name is Kate. This is technically a corner there in my kitchen, which means you are in Kate's kitchen. Welcome. So it's been a little while since I have done one of these, so bear with me. I'm going to try and make it a little bit nicer for you guys. However, I don't have anyone holding the camera this time, so there's going to be lots of awesome angles of probably nothing. So today I'm going to be making a very highly requested item. It is my very famous, very delicious and published red velvet cupcakes. I'm a really big fan of red velvet cupcakes and I make these ones from scratch, so I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. This is everything you'll need. Utensils. A decent sized bowl. A sieve. Measuring spoons. A variety of measuring cups. You want one that looks kind of like a jug. This one is 4 cups. A ladle to pour the cupcake mix. A spoon. I want to make it a nice flat one to fold the mixture. And of course, a cupcake tray. Yay! You'll need some cupcake patties. I'm using these cute little baby animal ones because it's cute. Ah, look how cute it is. A piping kit for the icing. Some kind of mixer. This is my beautiful birthday present to myself. Hand mixer, stand mixer, whatever you would prefer. You're going to need one of those for the icing. The ingredients that you're going to need are, for the cake, 2 cups of plain flour, a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of bicarb soda, 1.5 cups caster sugar, 250 ml of buttermilk, 200 grams of melted butter, I prefer unsalted, 2 eggs very lightly whisked, a tablespoon of white vinegar, a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and red food colouring. And for the icing, 2 times 250 gram containers of cream cheese, spreadable or non, but you want it at room temperature and you want it soft. 2 cups of pure icing sugar, 120 grams of butter at room temperature, and a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Firstly, you're going to preheat your oven to 170 degrees. I haven't even used this oven before. I don't even know what I'm doing. 70? Is that 70? I don't know what I'm doing. So the first thing we're going to do, because it's the easiest thing to do, is we're going to line le tray with les patties. Oh, God damn it. Seriously? And then we'll just move the tray out of the way so that we have our space to work. Now I'm going to keep this big jug free because we're going to put all the wets in there. So have your wets jar and then have your dry containers. So I have multiples. This one you want to do in 2 stages. You want to have your wets and your dries. The flour, the cocoa powder, everything like that all goes into one area. All your wet stuff goes into a different separate area. And you're going to mix them individually and then combine them. And remember, a lot of love has to go into the red velvets, otherwise it just doesn't taste as good. I use one of these bad boys to sift flour because I don't like sifters, they just take too long. Don't judge me. We're going to get our 2 cups of flour, pop that into there, sift that up a bit, like so. See, look how easy that is. Just the best. No sifters for us. Haha. Then we do the exact same thing with our cocoa powder. Cha-cha. Bam. Sift. You can get your flat spoon. And then the bicarb soda. Grab your measuring spoons. Dump that shit in there as well. Presto. And then we have the dry ingredients all done. So then you just want to make a well in your dry ingredients to pop your wet ingredients to. This is the wet ingredients jug. So I've got my buttermilk in there. I put my lightly whisked eggs in there. White vinegar, vanilla extract. We need to melt our butter and we want 200 grams of it. So the good thing about these butters is they've got these little like measuring markings. Sharp enough. Melted butter. Whisk that up. I just use a fork. It's gonna look gross. Just deal with it. Pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. This is very important. Fold it. Don't stir it. fold it. If you beat it, it won't be as good. Fun fact about the red velvet cake. It is called a red velvet because there's a chemical reaction between the cocoa and the vinegar and the bicarb soda that makes the batter turn a slight tinge of red. Yeah, it looked kind of red, but it wasn't red. So this company who sold food colouring came up with a really clever marketing campaign that they would make the world's reddest red velvet cake using their food colouring. And they put pictures of this brilliant red velvet cake in the shopping centres, supermarkets, right near all the flowers, and eggs and sugar and everything like that. And they sold so much of it. So traditionally, the red velvet is not made with any red food colouring. But nowadays, it is. Look at that. Yum. That looks good. Going to add our red food colouring. So you generally use a teaspoon, but I go by, how it ends up looking. You can either add it all in one hit, or you can just keep adding to the mix as you go. Don't beat, for the love of God, don't beat it, just fold it. Might not show up very well on camera, but it's quite a nice, deep red, and it still looks like chocolate, so it's not off-putting. Okay, fantastic. So now we will take our ladle. We'll move over to the other side of the kitchen now. Now the reason I use a ladle, I use one with a lip. It's literally just to get the mixture from the bowl into the cup. You can use an ice cream scoop. I just prefer having a lip because that way I can kind of pour it in and make sure that it's nice and neat. But it's also a really good idea for even distribution. So we'll grab some of our mixture. And it is going to be thick, don't let that put you off. And there you go. Kind of looks like little pots of tomato sauce, doesn't it? Delicious. Give them a bang and then pop them into the oven for 25 minutes. So now for the icing, we're going to take our cream cheese, our icing sugar, and our remaining butter and another little bit of vanilla essence. Combine it all into, ta-da, a big giant bowl. Chuck it in the mixer. Icing sugar. Butter, that's all really soft from being out this entire time. There's everything in there. Dash of vanilla. Chuck it into our mixer. And work that on. You'll need to wipe down the edge of this every now and then. It'll all stick. Get your spoon and just get everything back down in the bowl. Here it goes. So while that's in there doing its thing, I like to even out the tops of my cupcakes so that when I pipe the icing on, it's going to have a nice even base to start on. Sometimes cupcakes will turn out beautifully, and sometimes cupcakes will turn out not so beautifully. Or even worse, they'll explode. All you do is just take a knife, chop off the top, cover it in icing, no one will know. Now I'm going to take my little piping kit that I got from Coles. It comes with a few different heads, so you just pick the one that you think looks the nicest. I'm going to go the big star option. What I do, get this bit and I pop it into the bag. Push it through and then, alright, ta-da, twist, fold it over. So you've got a nice big gap to pop all the icing in without it going anywhere. Act like a cup, grab your beautiful cream cheese icing and dump that in there like so. Give it a few shakes, get it down the bottom. And the good thing about these packs from Coles as well is that they're disposable, so you don't need to worry about cleaning anything up. You can just chuck the whole bag in the bin. And now you've got your bag, your piping bag full of the cream cheese goodies. Squeeze it down till it's in the tip. And just in case you notice that the ratio of the film has changed, it's because my camera is a piece of shit, so now I'm recording this on my phone. Then we will take our pretty little cupcake, and you're just going to pipe it directly onto it. Ta-da! Yay! And then you have a cute little red velvet cupcake. And that's how you make my famous published red velvet cakes. There you have how to make red velvet cupcakes, brought to you by Kate's Kitchen. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.